It's a Miracle Beauty. This is my 3-month update to my pan challenge. I did finish 2 items within this that I replaced with something else so that it's a rolling pan. However, there are quite a few items in here that are not working. I am decluttering them pretty much. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to put in their place, but I will post that on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, it's actually at It's a Miracle Beauty. I will post it on the screen here, and let's get started. So one of the things that I did use all of is my HD by Makeup Forever foundation. I am the shade R230. This was purchased, I thought it was purchased in September, but actually when I went back and looked at my Sephora favorites and loves and purchases, this was actually purchased in March. So I finished it pretty much in the nick of time. I didn't have any odor. I finished it right around the time that it would have expired. So that was replaced with my Naked Heat palette. So this is one that I personally wanted to love, but first of all, I just want to show the mirror. I don't want to break it. So the mirror will not stay in it no matter what I do. There is not much use in this, I will be honest. Like, there is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades that have some use, and then one that's like barely touched, but it is touched. So this one is not working for me. I have used it, I think, 6 or 7 times since I put it in the pan challenge, and every single time my looks look the exact same as when I use my Tarte Pineapple, and I do prefer the Tarte formula over the Urban Decay. So I am going to declutter this. Again, I will post what I'm replacing this with. I don't think it will be an eyeshadow. I think more than likely it will be either a foundation or something similar to that. I think that is what I'm going to do because I think that it's too much to have more than one eyeshadow in the pan challenge. So again, that will be decluttered. The other thing that I finished in full is my Makeup Forever Base Hydrating Primer. I do like this primer. I would be more than open to repurchasing this. I purchased this last August, and so it has a 12-month shelf life, so I did finish it well within my time. So that is being replaced with, where is it at? Here it is. My Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion. I am in the shade 1 and 2 Vanilla. And if you look, I'm about, actually it looks like now that it's settled more, I'm actually below the Laura Mercier name. This is one of my oldest Laura Mercier foundations. I have this and I have the Lumiere. I love them both. This one is more matte. It's definitely not a matte foundation necessarily, but it definitely does matte down some more than the Lumiere. So I wanted to use this up so I can leave my Lumiere to be used because that's more of a luminous foundation. So this was replacing the Makeup Forever primer. The other thing that I finished is, and I didn't finish it entirely, but to me it was considered use, is my IT Cosmetics Bye Pores bronzer. Actually, I don't know where, it must have broke in my garbage bin actually. This was not completely empty. This did have a ring around it, which means in my empties there's probably going to be a big pile of bronzer. But it did, I showed a picture on Instagram if you want to go look at it. It did have a ring around the outside and it just wasn't usable anymore. It did change in color and tone. This was purchased in September and it does have a 24-month shelf life, so I don't believe it was age. I believe it was just that I should have repressed it or whatever, but I just can't get into repressing yet. Not saying I never will, but right now it's just not in my thing. So that I replaced, and I didn't bring it in here with me, but it's actually just the Hoola sample. I have a Hoola sample that I've been working on probably 6 months. I got it in one of my Ipsies or whatever, and I really love the Hoola bronzer. I actually have the cream and I have the powder, so I'm going to be working on that. So my bronzer I replaced with a bronzer. I think that's only appropriate. So the next thing is the Colored Raine Beauty Rust. This one has very moderate use in 2 shades. I'm actually had originally said I was going to declutter this or take it out of the pan. I'm not going to. I actually think I haven't invested enough time into this. I think I'm intimidated by the colors because I am so fair, and so I think that I need to give it another chance. So I am leaving this in the pan. The next thing I have is the Lumi Glotion. If you look, I'm actually below the last marker that I did. I'm about right here. I should have no problem finishing this either by the next check-in in June or in July, worst case scenario, but I'm not worried about it. And I probably will put another primer in for this. I find that I tend to stick with the exact same primer every day unless I put one in my challenge. So this kind of makes me reach out and use something else. This is also very moisturizing. It's I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera, but I have a eczema patch that it's just taking forever. It's been in multiple videos. It's been since March. It will not get better. But this is one of the products that do not irritate it. I can bring my makeup down my neck because of this. Next is another one that I'm kind of on the fence for, so I'm going to leave for another month. So this is my Givenchy, or whatever you want to pronounce it, because I feel like it's a tit for tat thing. This is the shimmer powder in shimmery pink. So this has a beautiful impression into it, and I do have a little dip right here, and I'm sure it's really hard to see on there, but I do have a little dip. This for me was just not a very functional product. So it has a really strong glitter base. So if you're trying to do something subtle for work, you pretty much can't use it, or you have to be really careful how you use it. I also think that while it has that glitter base, it really isn't that of a standout highlighter. Like my Ofras blow this out of the water park. I'm trying to think of something. Oh, my what is it? IBY. I was trying to say OPI. My IBYs blow it out of the park. My Nomad blows it out of the park. The Becca blows it out of the park. So I just feel like for the amount of money I spent on this, it's just not worth it. So this one I'm probably going to leave for another month if it's not getting better, or the function isn't getting better now that I'm moving to more natural makeup. I foresee it not to be, but we'll see how it goes in the next month. So I am leaving that one in. The next one is the Candid Concealer. I am decluttering this. It is a far too yellow. If you look, I did get it. I mean, I'm way past my yellow. I'm actually way down here. So I probably could finish this if I left it in one more month. But for me, I'm just miserable using this. It's just not good for my eyes. I really got into lately with the more firm concealers, like the Tarte, which just went blank. It's the one everybody uses. I can't think. I'll put it on the screen. That one is actually face tape. That's what it's called. I sort of say base tape because that's the primer I like. But I'm just going to put one of those in for it because I use those. I have two different colors. One that I received for free from Tarte and one that I purchased from Tarte. Both can be used with different foundations for offsetting coloring, different things. And I really like that. And it does highlight my eyes better. So this I'm going to declutter. The next one was another concealer, and this is the Born This Way. I'm actually down to just by the T and the H in this, although it is very hard because the sides never settle all the way. You kind of have to swirl to see where you're at. So I'm just estimating, but I'm going to leave this one in. I think I'll have no problem finishing this. I do prefer much firmer concealers now. However, I did spend my money on it, and I don't want to waste it and just throw it away because my taste has changed. So I definitely am, leaving that to finish. The other product that I will be decluttering is the Morphe blush palette that I put into this. This is one color. Where is it at? Oh, here. I always do that. This color I was never planning to use. I was hoping to make a dent in these two. There is definitely noticeable use in the middle one, but I just feel that this product is not consistent. Some days I use it and it looks fantastic, and I'll use it with the same base, same foundation, same powder, same everything, and it will totally skip across and it'd take a ton to blend. It's just, for me, it's not worth the effort, especially for what I paid for it. So I will be decluttering this entirely. That one I'm not sure what I'm going to replace with yet. I have a feeling that I am going to go for one of my older products. I'm going to look through my makeup and find something that is aged or getting older. But I'm actually thinking about replacing it with another highlighter, one of the ones that I really enjoy and want to use. I do have two travel size, one's Nomad, one's IBY. They both perform perfectly, and they would be perfect in a pan because you kind of know you can get through them, whereas blush this big, you probably won't. So the last thing for that makeup challenge, because I do have two that I'm working on, is the pineapple. I think it's Pineapple of My Eye or Be My Pineapple or something like that. Does it say back here? It doesn't. So this is actually I just noticed it's on sale at Sephora this week, so for their Memorial Day sale, so they do still have some left. I don't typically use the face ones. They're not bad. They work fine, but they just aren't what I reach for. And even the color bases aren't bad. It's just I reach for my normal standalone products. However, if you look at the shadows, I have made some huge dents. I have one that's nearing pan, and I would say one is really close to pan, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 have big dips. As long as I use it to the point I hit pan on 1, 2, whatever, and I'm still enjoying using it, which I am right now. I truly am. I'm not wearing it today. Today I'm actually wearing the Friendcation palette, but I do enjoy this, and it is kind of nice to have such a big variety in one palette that I can just throw in my makeup basket. I don't have to have a ton of palettes or anything. I have a lot of options. So that's definitely one that I was excited for. The last item in my challenge and is being decluttered is the Kiss Me lip. I think that I was hoping that maybe if I used it a lot, I could fall in love. I think I've used it maybe 2 times. The weight or nothing has changed on it. I just don't love the formula. I think I'm actually going to cut my losses and just throw all of these away because I don't know which ones I used and which ones I didn't, so I don't feel comfortable giving them away. So this one, I actually think that I'm going to replace this with a skin product. So either a, moisturizer or whatever I think I'm going to throw in this for it. And I will update you and post pictures on Instagram. I haven't made my decisions yet, so I didn't want to leave this video not done since it is even now about 5 days later than I normally do it. But I want to make sure that I'm good with my choices that I replace them with so that it all kind of fits together. So that was my 2019 Pan Challenge, the one that is definitely inspired and 100%, the categories and everything were written by Jacks Lorraine. It got me started, got me moving, got me really enjoying pan challenges. I mean, I don't know the last time I finished a foundation or a primer, and I finished 2 of those and a bronzer during this challenge. So the other pan challenge that I actually am participating in is one that I started myself because I saw that I had an opportunity to pan just a little bit more, and I didn't want to increase the number in that challenge so I could kind of keep that straight in my head. So I did 5 items before my 41st birthday. So 4 plus 1 equals 5 items. So one of the ones I'm actually panning is another primer, and it is the Fenty Beauty. I am not sure how I feel about this. I'll be honest. Sometimes I use this and it looks just gorgeous. I mean, it just makes my skin flawless. And with the same foundation, I'll use it again. And I don't think I'm using a different amount. I feel like I'm using the same amount. I pretty much always use the same amount. I put a dot on the back of my hand and smooth it out. And then I only add any more if it's like completely a desert dry because my skin is dry. But I'm not getting consistency with this, which I don't feel is normal for Fenty, so that's why I want to use it more. I can't use their foundations or anything, and even their powders I struggle with now. It initially was literally my favorite powder in the whole world, the lavender, but now I'm finding that under my eyes it gets really crunchy, and I thought it was just me, and I thought it was actually contributing with this concealer, but I was talking to some people on Instagram, and they are having the same struggle. They do have ultra dry skin, so I do think it's the product, but I am going to keep working at this and see how far I can get in it. The next item was the Jeffree Star Androgyny lipstick. This one I am going to remove from the challenge and I am going to switch out. I was thinking in my head that this was my lighter, paler nude one, and it's kind of a dark color. I don't like using it on a daily basis. It's great for, nights out or if you have a big event or whatever, but I don't prefer it for me for every day. So I am going to switch this out. I probably will pick a lip balm or lip product for this, but I'm not sure which. I'm thinking it might be my Body Shop Shea Moisturizing Balm. So we'll see. The next one is the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. This is pretty much gone. There is not much, like you can tell when you pull it out, it's not as wet as it once was. But I tend to like thicker mascaras. I like them when they're a little bit drier. I don't like them when they're super wet. Like the Maybelline one is like, the Professional is very wet and I can't stand it. It's like, it drives me crazy. Another one that's very wet, if you like that formula, is the Lash Princess by Essence. I can't use this. It literally makes mud underneath my eyes and it takes forever to dry. But those of you that like the wet mascaras, I think you would like that. So this one is pretty close to being done. I foresee if it's not finished by June's check-in, I think it definitely will be by July. It's actually running out of date too, but it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't have a problem. I think it's doing fine. The next one was my Lavender MAC Prep Prime Fix Plus. This one I do have, if you look, I have a little bit left. I'm going to pour into the other bottle because this just can't even spray anymore. But I loved this. I thought it worked fantastic. I still have some trial sizes I want to use before I purchase it again. But this one, and then with my Mother's Day money, I actually got the Anastasia Beverly Hills setting spray. I actually think that is one of the best setting sprays I've used in my life. I honestly didn't think it was going to be that good. I kind of was trying it with a pessimistic attitude because I have had some problems with setting sprays recently, but it is absolutely fantastic. The last item that I have in my challenge is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. So this one actually definitely brightens up. I'm trying to get it so you can see any of the divots. I made a couple divots in it, but This definitely does brighten up your under eye. I, however, feel like this is not made for anyone that is starting to get wrinkles under their eyes. So this settles into a lot of fine lines. It's very difficult to get it brushed away. I don't bake ever. I just brush powder on my face, and I don't use a lot. I just want enough that my cream products set and I can use my powder products without having them jump or anything else. I like to be able to blend well, but this in particular, I think works really well. And I think that if you're under 40, depending on your wrinkles, under 30, I think that you absolutely could love this, and it could be your under eye brightening powder for sure. That's same with the lavender with Fenty. I just think it's made for a younger age range is the thing. So this one I am going to switch out. So the items in this pan I'm switching out are the Jeffree Star lipstick. I'm probably going to do a balm. This one I'm probably going to do another face product, either a blush, probably a sample size. I actually have a Tarte sample blush. Tarte sample blush. I probably will switch in for this. So I am going to continue this pan until my birthday in August. I will keep you guys updated on a monthly basis. I am going to try to film these in doubles like this, so they're put together. Sorry, I'm putting them all in the basket. I am going to try to film these in doubles with both the pan challenges updated in the same video, because for me that's easier. I'm able to kind of keep my head wrapped around the products and which ones they're from and everything else. And I don't like using like a cheat sheet. I have one, but I hate carrying it everywhere and things like that. So that is the update for 3 months of my 2019 pan challenges, the annual one and the birthday one. And I will see you again in June for my next update. Please watch our Instagram. I do updates as I finish products. I do show what I'm putting in its place, because I am panning more than just this. Like for example, this month I panned the shampoos in my shower that I didn't use anymore. So I didn't use the ones I love, which are by Love Beauty Planet. I actually went through and just every L'Oreal, anything that I had in there, Cake Beauty, even though I love them, I do think I love Love Beauty Planet more and how my hair functions with it. So I went through and literally just used one shampoo and one conditioner every single day until they were gone. And it's really nice. Our shower is so empty. All that's in there is my kids' Axe shower stuff and my Love and Beauty and some face stuff. So it's nice to kind of have it emptied out like that. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would love it if you would subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. I do upload every Thursday and Sunday. And then also, if you wouldn't comment below what your struggle with the pan challenge is. So for me, I am completely that person that likes to switch every day. I like to use a different product, so it's very difficult for me when I do the makeup baskets and I do the pan challenges, because I kind of get isolated into it. Well, what's funny is what it's taught me in the last 3 months especially, but even since January 1st when I did the first like failed pan challenge, I actually am more of a creature of habit than I thought. I think that because my collection was so big that I felt like I had to keep switching, and now that I've really like concentrated on items, I'm learning what really works for me. I'm learning what my preferences are, and I'm realizing that I don't actually need that much. So I've been like getting rid of a ton of makeup. I'm actually going to do an updated inventory soon, because you guys will probably be shocked how much I got rid of. So again, I hope you like this video. I hope you'll comment below what your challenges are with pan challenges, and I look forward to seeing you soon.